Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Lawrence High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some Division I high school boys basketball action between the hosting Lancers of Lawrence High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. This game originally a part of the Black Coaches Classic, which was going to take place at Emmanuel College. But due to, well, frankly, it's a season in the 2020s. You know what this has to do with. It was, Emmanuel basically said, we're not hosting the tournament. And so a whole bunch of teams were able to get their games played over at Madison Park. But those were basically only for the teams in the tournament that were from Boston. So for all the non-Boston teams, such as Brookline and Lawrence, they were basically told, you're on your own, find your own site for the game. And so they decided to play here at Lawrence High. And so here we are. Both teams coming off a rough loss on Friday. Brookline, of course, on their senior night, they fell to Natick High School 69-63 in a down-to-the-wire slugfest. And Lawrence lost to Dracut on Friday by an even closer mark of 74-71. With those losses, Brookline fell to 12-4 on the year, while Lawrence fell below 500 at 6-7. And the most recent MIAA power rankings, which came out on Thursday, so before the Friday games, these rankings came out. Brookline came in at 6th in Division I in those rankings. Lawrence at 26th. Both teams certainly looking for a bounce back here after some difficult losses. We got a little over 3 minutes left on the pregame clock before we get this one started. So let's really quickly run through the lineups before we get this one started. We'll start with the hosting Lawrence High Lancers. Starting off, we have, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a sophomore, number 0, Adriel Vasquez. Next, a junior, number 1, Danny Reyes. A junior, number 2, Marius Canary. A junior, number 3, Sebastian Silverio. A junior, number 4, Ryan Grunon. A senior, number 5, Angelo Diaz. A junior, number 10, Milton Aparicio. A junior, number 11, Braylon Castillo. A sophomore, number 13, Joendi Rosario. A sophomore, number 14, Obi Luciano. A senior, number 15, Carlos Kyler. A senior, number 20, Gabriel Minaya. A junior, number 21, Isaiah Ogunbare. A freshman, number 22, Jonathan Ocasio. A junior, number 23, Felix Rosario. A senior, number 25, Julio Santana. A sophomore, number 31, David Castillo. A junior, number 32, Curin Reyes. And finally, a freshman, number 34, Joan Vidal. Head coach of the Lawrence High boys basketball team is Jesus Moore, with assistant coaches Sucre Medina, Tommy West, Jimmy Kyler, and Justin Nieves. So that's the roster for the hosting Lawrence High Lancers, seen here on my left with the white jerseys and dark blue jersey numbers. And now looking over on the right, wearing their typical blue jerseys with red jersey numbers, the Brookline High Warriors. So they won't have the alternate jersey numbers we saw with those new jerseys on Friday. So we must unlearn what we have learned in terms of the alternate jersey numbers and go back to what we know. As now the PA announcer is about to take over. And a nice little fun fact from our resident superfan, Yuli Burstein: if the season ended today, they would play each other in the first round of the playoffs. And a nice little shout out from Claudio Doggo. This is the GOAT stream. I appreciate that, Claudio. Thank you. PA announcer should be taking over any minute. And no PA announcer. We're just going to work here. Okay, so Brookline coming out with a very different starting lineup from what we're used to. We see number 10 Zach Solom and number 15 Mikhail Hayes and number 33 Jack Stanton, typical starters for Brookline. But then we have number 14 Taj Horowitz and number 34 Obi Ukamadu also out there on the floor for the Warriors. Taking the tip off against Stanton for Lawrence will be number 21 Isaiah Ogunbare. There's the tip, and here we go. It's collected by Ukamadu and given to Solom. Solom going right to the hole. Awkward layup, no good. And foul on the rebound, or maybe a foot was out of bounds. Either way, it's staying with Brookline. Looks like they're going to say a foot was on the line. Solom looking around, inbounds to a cutting Horowitz. Horowitz backing down, throws it to Solom. Kicked out to Ukamadu. Ukamadu, the jumper, no good. Offensive rebound chased down by Solom. Solom dribbling, passes to Hayes, off Hayes' foot and recovered by Ogunbare. Couple quick passes. They're going to the hoop. First shot, no good. Offensive rebound. Putback is blocked by Ukamadu. Marius Cannery tried to hit the layup, didn't go, and then the putback attempt by Angelo Diaz did not go either off the block from Ukamadu, and there the Lancers turn it over out of bounds. We've already got our first substitution, number 22, Jonathan Ocasio, coming in for Lawrence. Inbound to Stanton, quickly given to Hayes. They bust the press. Hayes with the extra pass. Horowitz hits the layup. Brookline is on the board first. Driving in now, Ocasio kicks it out to the corner to 14. Shot, no good. Rebound by Hayes. Abi Luciano tried to hit the tray, but it did not go. Horowitz driving to the hoop again. No good, but he draws the foul. That'll be the first foul of the half for Lawrence, called on number 22, Jonathan Ocasio. Taj Horowitz at the line for two. He misses the first. Three more subs checking in for Lawrence as they are quickly going through their player rotations. And they're a little confused about who is supposed to be out on the floor. They have four players. They have four players on. Okay, there's the fifth. That was a tad bit confusing for a second, but now Horowitz will go for his second free throw. Hits the second. Horowitz with 3 points early here in the first quarter. Ocasio dribbling with it. Still dribbling, gives a pass over to Diaz. Diaz up top, dribbles to his left, hands off to Ocasio. Now gives it over to number 34, Joan Vidal. Now over to Ocasio for three, hits it. Jonathan Ocasio hits the tray and ties us up at 3 apiece. Brookline moving the ball fast. Sent up top to Horowitz, thrown down low, misses. Stanton out of bounds, and that will go to Lawrence. So 3 all off the tray from Jonathan Ocasio. And Lawrence now has the ball off the turnover. This is Diaz bringing the ball up for the Lancers. Dribbles to his left, hands the ball off to number 4, Ryan Grunon. Grunon throws a pass over to Vidal, back up top to Grunon. Grunon fires from 3. No good, rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz dribbling it. Bring in the speed, throws a pass, deflected out of bounds. Oh, they say last touched by Brookline. Diaz got in there and broke it up, but left just enough space for it to go off the fingertips of Obi Ukamadu. And now Lawrence takes over again. Diaz starts to drive, kicks it out to Ocasio. Ocasio another three, hits it again. Jonathan Ocasio leading the way for Lawrence. They've got a 6-3 lead. Brookline trying to break the press. Solom with it, throws to a wide open Ukamadu for the easy layup. Six to 5 now the mark. Sorry for the slight earthquake here, folks. The bleachers are very shaky here. Vidal throws it down low, misses Diaz, and that'll give it back to Brookline. .5:36 on the clock here in the first. And now coming onto the floor for Brookline is number 1, Andrew Alexienko. He replaces Jack Stanton. Inbound to Hayes. Hayes looking around. It's broken up and taken by Grunon. Almost stolen back, but he manages to get it out to Vidal. Now over to Grunon. Grunon travels. Now Marius Cannery checks back in, replacing Ryan Grunon for Lawrence. And Brookline will get to work on trying to bust the press again. Horowitz floats it over to Solom. Solom runs and misses Hayes. Brookline struggling to bust the press early in this one. Diaz dribbling with it, his team up by 1. Handoff to Vidal, given over to Ocasio. Ocasio gives it over to Vidal. Vidal running the baseline, throws it out. Cannery, the shot, no good, but a foul called. The foul called against Andrew Alexienko. Marius Cannery will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is front rimmed, no good. Second one in and out, no good. He misses them both. Rebound by Alexienko, throws to a wide open Hayes. Hayes goes up, blocked by Cannery. Amazing block there, and now going to the hoop for 2 is number 23. Off the block from Cannery, the bucket is hit by Felix Rosario. Now Hayes, a running floater, gets it in. Brookline cuts the deficit back down to 1 as Diaz runs the floor. They're wasting no time here. Kicks it out to Cannery for 3, hits it. Cannery now with 3 as they throw a long pass to Ukamadu. Kicks it up top to Alexienko, over to Hayes. Hayes going inside, going for a layup, hits another one. Hayes with a quick 4 points on the past 2 possessions. Brookline cuts the deficit down to 2. Oh, loose ball. Oh, but Hayes didn't see it. Now they're scrumming for it. And we got a timeout called by Lawrence. So far for Brookline, the leading scorer, Mikhail Hayes with 4. Taj Horowitz has 3, and Obi Ukamadu has 2. For Lawrence, 6 points from Jonathan Ocasio, 3 from Marius Cannery, and 2 from Felix Rosario. And David Silberg asking the big questions, where is Andrew and Devani? Andrew has checked into the game after sitting on the bench to start it, but no sign of Devani Perez on the bench. Yuli Burstein says maybe rest, but who's to say? The team's third co-captain, number 23, Jaden Mazzara, will check into the game for Brookline. Cannery inbounds to Diaz. Diaz brings it up for Lawrence, hands off to Cannery. Cannery starts to drive, runs in to the hoop, no good, but he draws the foul. 11-9, the Lawrence lead here in the first quarter, 3:56 on the clock. Oh no, it looks, I didn't notice, there's a guy injured. Who is that? That's Zach Solom. He's holding his head in his hands. It looks like he's hurt. Oh, please tell me he's not holding his knee. Okay. They've helped him up, and he's walking off on his own power. No noticeable limp or anything like that. Solom will be replaced by number 12, Jake Edwards, and, we'll keep an eye on his status, make sure he's okay. Looks like he's being looked at by the doctor, possibly concussion protocol here. Might have banged his head on that hard drive to the hoop as Cannery again in and out. He is now 0 for 3 from the line. Second free throw is good. Cannery now with 4 points. Horowitz with the ball for Brookline. Pass to Mazzara. They need to get across half court. Pass to Alexienko. Alexienko drives in, hits traffic, kicks it out to Horowitz. Horowitz swings it over to Mazzara into the corner. Corner three, off the mark from Edwards. Rebound by Ogunbare. Ogunbare throws it across to number 3. Now sent up top to Diaz. Down low to Ogunbare. Turns around for the hook. No good. Rebound scrummed for, and the loose ball is picked up by number 3. He kicks it out to Cannery. Cannery starts to drive. Pulls up for a mid-range. No good. Rebound tipped and collected by Edwards. Mazzara now bringing it up for Brookline. Swings a pass over to Hayes. Hayes throws it to the corner. Horowitz the corner 3. No good. Ogunbare throws a pass. Broken up. Stolen by Hayes. He keeps control of it. Hayes throws to the corner. Alexienko the corner 3. No good. The corner 3 is not working for Brookline as Cannery collects it and runs with it now. Hands it off to Ogunbare, who goes up and hits the layup. First 2 points for Isaiah Ogunbare. Now Horowitz gives it to Hayes. 14-9, the Lawrence lead here in the first. 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Edwards throws it up top to Mazzara. Mazzara swings it over to Horowitz. Now over to Hayes. Hayes dribbling up top, gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara for 3. Boom! Jaden Mazzara hits the tray, cuts the lead back down to 2. Cannery driving in, goes to the hole, no good. Rebound fought for and collected by Edwards. Edwards looking around, just decides to start dribbling. Breaks the press himself, throws it to the corner. Mazzara fakes, steps in, long 2, no good. Rebound is collected and then a foul is called. (14-12) is the mark as Jack Stanton checks back in for Brookline, and we have a few substitutions for Lawrence. Inbound to Diaz. Angelo Diaz bringing it up. Less than 2 minutes left in the quarter. He goes around a pick, finds a lane to the hoop, cuts it out to the corner. Corner 3 from Rosario, no good, but he draws a foul. Alexienko, I think, slipped and fell and ended up tripping up Felix Rosario. He's going to go to the line for 3. That'll be Alexienko's second foul, 4th team foul. Felix Rosario will be at the line shooting 3. First one is off the mark, no good. A number of points left at the charity stripe for Lawrence early in this one. second one is good. Now subbing in for Brookline, Obi Ukamadu replaces Alexienko. And number 1, Danny Reyes coming in for Lawrence. Third free throw is good. Rosario goes 2 for 3, and he's now got 5 points today. Mazzara brings it up for Brookline. Dribbling up top, surveying, gives it to Hayes. Hayes gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, throws it up top to Stanton. Stanton gives it over to Hayes on the wing. Hayes directing traffic, starts to drive, throws a pass to nobody, but he does draw a foul. Lucky break for Brookline on that foul as they almost turned the ball over due to some miscommunication. The Warriors trailing the Lancers by 4 with 1:19 left here in the first. Mazzara inbounds to Edwards. Edwards looking around, throws a pass to Stanton. Stanton looking around, floats it down low to Ukamadu, loses the ball. And Ukamadu grabs hold and commits a foul. That loose ball, almost a gimme picked up by Jonathan Ocasio, as now we've got a timeout called with 1:09 left here in the first. Scoring so far for Lawrence, Ocasio still leads with 6 points. Cannery and Rosario with 4 each. And 2 from Isaiah Ogunbare. For Brookline, 4 from Mikhail Hayes, 3 each from Jaden Mazzara and Taj Horowitz, and 2 from Obi Ukamadu. Coming back out of the timeout. Inbound goes to Diaz. Diaz dribbles it across half court for Lawrence. Looking around, sends it up top to Ocasio for another 3. No good. Rebound by Mazzara. Mazzara looking around. Now dribbling across half court. Less than a minute left. His pass is deflected, but picked up by Hayes. Now Hayes has his pocket picked by Diaz. Diaz gives it over to Ogunbare. Ogunbare barely gets it to Diaz, and now Diaz sends it to Reyes. Reyes over to Ocasio. And a travel by Ocasio. 34.9 seconds. Lawrence still leads by 4. Edwards, the inbound to Hayes, floats it back for Edwards, intercepted by Ocasio. He goes up for the layup, hits it, and the foul. Hayes unhappy with that foul call as he was doing everything he could to stay away from Ocasio on that play. But Ocasio did a very good job of leaning into his defender while going up for the layup. He's now got 8 points this quarter, and he's going to go for 9. He makes it 9, and a 7-point lead for the Lancers. Inbound to Mazzara. Mazzara rifles a pass to Sean Ebanks. Ebanks looking around, throws a pass, broken up and intercepted by Diaz. Another turnover for Brookline. Diaz throws it to Reyes. Reyes for 3, off the mark, rebound by Vidal. Kicks it out to Ocasio, another 3, hits it! Now 12 points for Ocasio, and another steal recovered. Thrown to Ocasio. Ocasio looking around. Throws it down low, and they run out of time on the quarter. The Lawrence Lancers, led by a stellar first quarter from freshman Jonathan Ocasio, take a 10-point lead over Brookline after 1, 22-12. A lot of questions certainly about Devani Perez, as he does not seem to be here. Not only has he not seen the floor, he's not on the bench. But whatever his reason may be, Brookline certainly missing him, especially in regards to turnovers. I mean, you could see at the very end of that first quarter the flurry of turnovers that Brookline was committing without their best ball handler. (22-12). Certainly on paper, not what was expected as a team ranked in the top 10 in the MIAA power rankings going up against a team with a losing record. Taj Horowitz looking for an inbound, throws it to Mazzara right on the line there, and they say his foot was on the line. Brookline starting it off right away with a turnover. And Diaz almost loses the ball but recovers, throws a pass to Ocasio. Ocasio kicks it out. Cannery for three, no good. Rebound by Diaz. Diaz now throws it to a cutting. Ocasio misses the layup. The putback by Ogunbare is good. Ogunbare now with 4 today as Alex Yanko takes the ball, rifles a pass to Mazzara. Mazzara for three, hits it. Jaden Mazzara now at 6 today, and now an intercepted by Alex Yanko, given to Mazzara, back to Alex Yanko. He goes up and hits the layup. First 2 points of the day for Alex Yanko, as Brookline cuts the deficit down to 7. Bunch of passes around. Diaz throws it down low for Ogunbare, and a foul is called on Jack Stanton. That is Stanton's first foul of the day, 6th team foul. One more foul, and Lawrence will be shooting the bonus for the rest of the half. Inbound goes to Diaz. Diaz dribbling up top, looking around, hands it off to Cannery. Marius Cannery throws a pass, gets it to Vidal. Vidal fires from 3, no good. Rebound tipped again, and now we've got an over-the-back foul against Lawrence. That foul called against Diaz, his first, team's 3rd. Horowitz looking for the inbound, gives it to Hayes, quickly to Alex Yanko, now to Mazzara. Mazzara quickly across half court, runs in, running floater, gets it! Jaden Mazzara now with 8 points today, 5 in this quarter. Dribbling around, thrown up top to Diaz, throws it down low to Ogunbare, had fallen over. Alex Yanko now throws it to Hayes. Hayes going up. No good. Rebound scrummed for. Loose ball picked up by Hayes. Hayes gets it out to Stanton, and a foul is called. That foul called against number 14, Aubrey Luciano, his first, team's 4th. Quick inbound to the corner to Mazzara, thrown up top to Stanton. Stanton looking around, gives it to Hayes on the wing. Hayes dribbling up top, looking around, pass to Alex Yanko, and another foul called against Lawrence. That foul appears to be called against Felix Rosario, his first, team's 5th. Horowitz, a quick inbound rifle to Stanton. Stanton gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara back up top to Stanton. Stanton throws it to an open Horowitz. Horowitz running the baseline. Awkward layup, no good, but he draws the foul. The foul count quickly going up for Lawrence as they are now at 6 team fouls, as that one is called against number 22, Jonathan Ocasio, his 2nd, team's 6th. 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 First free throw from Horowitz is good. Horowitz goes 2 for 2 and cuts the lead down to 3 as he is now replaced by number 12, Jake Edwards. Horowitz, I believe, now with 5 points today after that free throw. 3 of those 5 coming at the line. Dribbling with it now. Number 3 drives in, kicks it out to Luciano, throws to number 3, and that is a good layup from number 3, Sebastian Silverio. Puts the lead back up to 5, and now a foul is committed by Luciano, and that'll be foul number 7. Alexienko will go to the line for 1 and 1. First from Alexienko, misses, and the rebound collected by Ogunbare. Gives it over to Silverio. Silverio looking around. Now gives it over to Ocasio. Ocasio dribbling around. Starts to drive. Running floater. In and out, no good. Rebound scrummed for. Ultimately collected by Edwards, and another foul called against Luciano. That'll be foul number 8 against Lawrence, and foul number 3 against number 14, Avi Luciano, as he is replaced by Marius Cannery. And now Edwards will go to the line for the 1 and 1. First free throw from Edwards is off the mark. Brookline not doing well on the 1 and 1s as they've just turned into empty possessions. Now Cannery going to the hole, blocked by Stanton, blocked again by Alexienko. And now they call a foul. Marius Cannery now going to the line for 2, hoping to extend his team's lead. First one is in. Taj Horowitz comes in, replacing Jake Edwards, who was actually the one called for the foul. Second from Cannery is also good. He goes 2 for 2. Lawrence goes up by 7. Horowitz bringing it up, throws it over to Stanton. Stanton hands it off. Mazzara almost lost it but recovered. Throws it down low to Alexienko. He can't get it. It's stolen by Ogunbare. Pass over to Cannery now. Gives it up top to Ogunbare. Looking around, starts to drive. Goes up. No good. Rebound Horowitz. Horowitz dribbling with it. Escapes. Throws a long pass for Hayes. Hayes takes it in the corner, gives it out to Mazzara. Mazzara throws it up top to Horowitz. Horowitz over to Stanton. Stanton fires from the wing. Front rim, no good. Rebound by Ogunbare. Throws a pass, intercepted by Horowitz. Horowitz rifles a pass, intercepted by Silverio. Nobody wants the ball. Ocasio now with it. Hands it off to Silverio. Now given to Ocasio. 4.5 minutes left in the second as he gives it up top to Ogunbare. Now given over to Ocasio. Ocasio another 3. No good. Rebound by Cannery. Cannery resetting the play for Lawrence. Almost loses the ball. Makes an opportunity out of it. Goes up. Blocked from behind by Horowitz. Out of bounds. Lawrence ball. We got a timeout called, looks like. 28-21. Lawrence leads Brookline. So far, the scoring. Ocasio still leads the way for Lawrence with 12 points, all from the first quarter. They've also got 6 points now from Marius Cannery after he went 2 for 2 at his last trip to the line. 4 points each from Isaiah Ogunbare and Felix Rosario, and 2 points from Sebastian Silverio. For Brookline, the leading scorer so far is Jaden Mazzara with 8 points. Taj Horowitz next with 5. Then Mikhail Hayes with 4. And then 2 points each from Andrew Alexienko and Obi Ukamadu. Out of the timeout, there are 4 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock here in the second. Lawrence leads by 7. Diaz looking for an inbound, throws it, intercepted by Alexienko, throws it to an open Hayes. Hayes going to the hoop, goes up, misses, rebound Ogunbare, throws a pass, Cannery with it, driving in, goes for the shot and hits it. Lawrence now leads by 9. Hayes bringing it up, poked at by Diaz, but Hayes recovers and now brings it across half court, gets a pass over to Horowitz. Horowitz rifles it to a cutting Mazzara for the jumper, no good. Rebound is ultimately recovered by Cannery. Cannery keeps it away from a couple of stealers, goes to the hoop, hits it again. Marius Cannery with a quick 4 points. He's now got 10 today. And now it's an 11-point lead for Lawrence as Hayes gives it over to Mazzara. Mazzara looking around, throws it over to Alexienko. Alexienko from the wing decides to unload, hits the 3. 5 points now for Alexienko as Cannery now with 10 points, dribbling the ball on the wing. Goes around to pick, runs in, fakes, kicks it out to an open Silverio for 3, hits it! Sebastian Silverio now with 5 today. Inbound to Mazzara, given back to Horowitz. An 11-point lead for the Lancers. Horowitz looking around, throws it to Alexienko, inside to Stanton. Stanton picks it up, but it's stolen away by Cannery. More turnover trouble for Brookline. Cannery up top. Dribbles, goes in, floater, no good, but he draws the foul. Foul is called against Jack Stanton, his second, Brookline's 8th. Cannery's first free throw is good. He's now got 11. Obi Ukamadu checks in for Brookline, and for Lawrence, Jonathan Ocasio and Joan Vidal come back onto the floor. Second free throw is also good. Cannery starting to find his rhythm at the charity stripe. He's now given his team a 13-point lead, and he now has 12 today. Hayes runs, throws to Alexienko. Alexienko underneath, goes for the layup. No good. Ball lost out of bounds. Lawrence ball. Brookline's had a couple of layup misses so far today, but really it's just a number of different things costing them at this point. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first. Cannery dribbles in, kicks it out to Vidal. Vidal for 3, no good. Rebound Ogunbare, put back no good. Rebound ripped away by Alexienko, and he draws a foul. Alexienko now going to the line for the 1-and-1, which has been another source of trouble for Brookline, as they've typically missed the first free throw of those, meaning they can't even take the second, and the possession just kind of ends without even starting. That'll be the first foul against Isaiah Ogunbare, team's 9th. Alexienko hits the first. Checking in for Lawrence, Angelo Diaz replaces Sebastian Silverio. Alexienko gets the second. He goes 2 for 2. He's now got 7 points today. Cannery, who's got 12, gives it up top to Diaz. Diaz looking around, starts to dribble, throws a pass to Cannery. Cannery starts to drive, going up, lays it in. He's got 14. Brookline moving fast. Alexienko with it. Throws it out to Mazzara. Mazzara up top to Hayes. Hayes starts to drive. Running floater. No good. Rebound Alexienko. Alexienko fighting his way through. Going up. No good, but he draws the foul. Second foul on Ogunbare, team's 10th. Brookline will shoot the double bonus. And Alexienko, who would be shooting 2 regardless in this situation, hits the first. He's now got 8. Second free throw is good. Alexienko 4 for his last 4, and he's now got 9 points today. Diaz dribbling with it, finds a bit of a lane, going up, no good, rebound to Kamadou. Hayes now running with it, throws a pass to Horowitz. Horowitz tries to kick it out, but to nobody. Diaz now running with it, throws it out to Vidal. Vidal goes up and hits it. First 2 points of the day for Joan Vidal. Hayes now running with it, driving, kicks it out to Alexienko. Alexienko going in, throws it down low to Ukamadou. Ukamadou goes up, stuffed, rebound by Alexienko, hits the bucket and the foul. Or, oh, did they not count that? Did they not count the basket? Oh, they did count the basket. And for some reason, the shot didn't count. Looks like there was some debate around the scorer's table, maybe about whether or not that counted. Boy, after Alexienko made that, if he misses this one, he does not. Alexienko finding his rhythm at the line as he adds another 3 points and now has 10. .28 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. Lawrence leads Brookline by 10. Inbound to Ocasio, given back to Vidal. Vidal over to Diaz. Diaz slowly handling it. Dribbles, hands off to Vidal. Swung over to Ocasio, back to Vidal. Vidal for 3. No good. Rebound. Luciano had it for a second. Now Stanton takes it. Hands off to Hayes. Thrown to Horowitz. Horowitz goes up, misses. Put back. No good. Some missed layups end it for Brookline. And if that doesn't sum up the way things have been going for them so far. Going into the half, the score, the Lawrence Lancers 41, the Brookline Warriors 31. As we go into halftime, I'm happy to tell you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It's never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting, or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And now a word about a local charity doing some good in our community, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether that be through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And as always, if you want to see those contact informations, either about our paying sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management, or about the local charity we spotlighted, Brookline Food Pantry, you can see them down in the description section of this video below. Also in that description section, you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the services I provide, and how you can commission those services, whether it be covering a game for your favorite team or putting together a highlight reel for your favorite team or your favorite player. You can also see my email address if you just want to contact me directly with questions, jgms88@gmail.com. You can also see a link to my Instagram account where I typically will post highlights from previous games covered. And as always, if you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We're in the midst of a bit of a marathon right now, right smack dab in the middle of a 12 straight days of live streaming for me. And 14 out of 16 days, I believe. It's a long haul. We're right in the middle of it, but hey, I'm loving what I'm doing, so can't really complain. So be sure to subscribe to stay on top of all the streams I've got going on. And as always, feel free to participate in the live chat. We've had plenty of good stuff going already, including some important information regarding the postseason. Elliot Schickler from Brookline Patch letting us know that the playoffs start around February 28th. And Yuli Burstein, our resident superfan, letting us know that seeding takes place on the 25th. So as we go into halftime, I'm going to take a brief break off the mic, but I will be back shortly. Stay tuned. I am back on the mic, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here at Lawrence High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Here for this Division I high school boys basketball game, originally slated as a part of the Black Coaches Classic, As we get ready for the second half, Lawrence with a surprising 10-point lead over a very highly rated Brookline squad. 41-31 is the mark as of right now. And I'm missing a couple points in regards to Brookline in terms of my stat keeping. I've got Andrew Alexienko with 10 points, Jaden Mazzara with 8, Taj Horowitz with 5, Mikhail Hayes with 4, and Obi Ukamadu with 2. I'm missing 2 points in there, and I'm trying to remember. It might have been Alexienko with another pair of free throws, but I'm not entirely sure. So if anyone in the live chat remembers, feel free to let me know in the live chat. For Lawrence, I've got Marius Cannery with 14, Jonathan Ocasio with 12, 5 from Sebastian Silverio, 4 each from Isaiah Ogunbare and Felix Rosario, and 2 from Joan Vidal. Brookline slated to get the first possession of the second half. And this feels like a really important juncture for this Brookline team, to be honest. It's late in the regular season. They got about a week left before they take their brief break before the playoffs. They're a very highly ranked team with, some long-running aspirations for the season. But they're coming off a really tough loss against Natick on Friday that I don't think we've really talked about. I mean, Brookline has had a few losses before, but, you could always qualify it by saying, okay, that was a trap game, or okay, that was just a very off day for them. But Natick, you can't really say they played all that bad. They played a pretty good game, and it wasn't a trap game. It was against a team that's fairly solidly ranked, even if not a top-ranked team, and they still came up short. And so that, combined with the obvious absence of Devani Perez, seems to be showing an effect, as Lawrence actually gets the opening possession of the second half with the 10-point lead as they're passing back and forth to start. Vidal over to Diaz, back to Vidal. Vidal back to Diaz. They're just playing catch. Back to Vidal, now thrown inside. Cannery recovers, gets it out to Diaz. Now over to Luciano for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound is won by Jack Stanton. Alexienko gives it over to Mazzara. Mazzara had 8 points in the first half as he swings it over to Hayes. Mikhail Hayes dribbling with it. Starts to drive, goes inside for the layup and banks it. The lead back down to single digits. Vidal with the ball, he gives it to Diaz. Back to Vidal, back to Diaz. And now back to Vidal. And now back to Diaz. Now over to Cannery and now over to Diaz. Diaz swings it out to the corner. Luciano in open corner 3, hits it. Good movement on the pick play there as Horowitz barely collects the inbound and gets it across half court. Gives it back to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling around a pick. Starts to drive, loses the ball, but it gets to Stanton. Stanton is blocked by Cannery. Mazzara recovers, kicks it out to the corner. Hayes for 3. No good. Rebound by Diaz, sent in to Cannery. Long pass to Luciano. Luciano goes up for the layup and hits it. Everything coming up Lawrence to start the third quarter as well. Quick pass to Alexienko, and Alexienko dunks it. Some quick ball movement from Brookline cuts the lead down to 11. And now a deep 3 from Cannery is off the mark. Rebound collected by Hayes. Hayes dribbling with it and draws a foul against Vidal. So Alexienko by my count now with 12 and Hayes now with 6. The 3 hit by Abi Luciano. And the 2, I forgot who hit that as Brookline trying to reset. Horowitz, the shot blocked by Cannery. Cannery with a couple of blocks to start this third quarter, and a pass off the mark from Ogunbare. Oh no, they're going to say tipped by Brookline. (46-35) the score, 5:40 on the clock here in the third. As the first inbound attempt gets deflected out of bounds. Now Diaz looking around for another inbound. Gives it to Cannery. Cannery for the layup, no good, but he draws the foul from Zach Solom. So Brookline fans not happy to see a foul, but certainly happy to see Zach Solom okay and back on the floor, as he appeared to suffer a head injury in the first half. First free throw from Cannery is good. He's now got 15 today. Second free throw is also good. He gets it up to 16, gets his team's lead back up to 13. Hayes dribbling. 5.5 minutes on the clock here in the third. Hayes just getting closer and closer to the sideline. Now goes the other way. Hands off to Mazzara. Mazzara's got a bit of a lane. Stops, pulls up from three, and no good. Rebound Ogunbare. Given to Vidal. Now over to Luciano. Luciano throws it, misses Ogunbare. He was not ready for that one. Turnover gives it back to Brookline. Long inbound to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbles with it. Starts to drive. Kicks it out to Solom. Solom starts to drive. Turns around, kicks it out to Alexienko. He dribbles. Going inside, kicks it out to Hayes. Hayes drives, pulls up for a floater. No good. Rebound Ogunbare. Cannery with it now. Dribbling up top. Starts to drive and stops. Cannery starts to drive again. Kicks it out to the corner to Diaz. Diaz runs the baseline. Shot is in. First 2 points from Angelo Diaz. Makes it 50 points for Lawrence. Alexienko holding it up top for Brookline. Looking for his options. Sides against pulling up. Hands off to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling. And I think that's 3 seconds in the key against Alexienko. He was waiting for a floater pass that just did not come. And another turnover for Brookline as they trail by 15. Diaz over to Cannery, back to Diaz. Diaz now throws it over to Silverio. Silverio sends it to the corner. Cannery running the baseline, loses the ball. Inbound to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbling, almost stolen from behind by Ocasio, but he does give it to Mazzara. Mazzara starts dribbling. Up top, swings it over to Alexienko. Alexienko going inside, floater, hits it. Alexienko now with 16, if I'm not mistaken on my count. Diaz bringing it up. Gives it over to Cannery, who also has 16 today. Diaz swings it over to Ocasio, who has 12 points but has not scored since the first quarter. And he's trapped, loses the ball, Brookline ball. Quick inbound, thrown back to Silverio. Back to Diaz. Diaz to the corner to Ocasio. Long pass over to Silverio. Silverio dribbles, swings it over to Ocasio in the corner. Corner three, off the mark. And a foul on the rebound, called against Alexienko. That'll be Brookline's second foul of the half. As now Taj Horowitz comes in replacing Hayes. They leave Alexienko out there, even though he's starting to battle some foul trouble. Inbound to Cannery, down low to Ogunbare, poked and stolen by Alexienko. Alexienko looking for a pass, gets it to Horowitz. Horowitz rifles it to Solom. Solom steps back, looking around, throws it to a cutting Alexienko. He goes up, no good, collects his own rebound, and now draws a foul. Non-shooting on that one, but you can see the hesitance that the presence of good shot blockers like Ogunbare and Cannery are having on the Brookline shooters down low. Pass to Mazzara, he tries to bank it in, no good. Rebound by Ogunbare, and now a foul called on Mazzara. That last foul was Mazzara's second, and before that, the foul was actually called against Jonathan Ocasio, his third. Lawrence with 2 team fouls, Brookline with 3. Inbound to Diaz. Diaz gives it over to Silverio, now to the corner to Ocasio. Ocasio passes out, intercepted by Horowitz, given to Ebanks. Ebanks looking around, gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara runs in, passes to Solom. Good extra pass for the layup. Now we got a stoppage. I'm not sure what's happening here. Whatever it is, 50-39 is the score, 2:18 on the clock in the third. Vidal bringing it up for Lawrence, gives it over to Danny Reyes. Back over to Vidal. Vidal floats it over to Reyes. Reyes sends it over to Cannery. Cannery to Silverio, back to Cannery. Now back to Reyes. Reyes inside to Ogunbare, ripped away by Ebanks, recovered by Solom. Mazzara now dribbling with it. Rifles a pass over to Alexienko. Alexienko looking around, starts to dribble in, back and down, going up, no good. Own rebound, no, it's poked away and rebounded by Vidal. Ogunbare now running with it, poked away by Horowitz, and the steal goes to Ebanks. Mazzara, a long heaving pass to Solom. Solom steps back, hands off to Mazzara. Mazzara holding it. Surveying his options. Throws it inside, broken up from Alexienko. Loose ball is recovered by Lawrence, by Reyes. His leg might have got rolled up on that play, and I think a timeout was called by Lawrence. Brookline is able to come up with some big turnover plays on defense, but they're having trouble converting it to points on offense, as they still trail by 11. Andrew Alexienko, the only double-digit scorer for Brookline so far, with 16. Jaden Mazzara with 8, but has not scored this quarter. Mikhail Hayes with 6, and then 2 apiece from Zach Solom and Obi Ukamadu. And, I missed 5 points from Taj Horowitz. For Lawrence, Marius Cannery leading the way with 16. 12 from Jonathan Ocasio, all in the first quarter. 5 from Abi Luciano and 5 from Sebastian Silverio. And then 4 each from Isaiah Ogunbare and Felix Rosario, and 2 from Joan Vidal. From Elliot Schickler, Brookline had 16 turnovers in the first half, 10 in the first quarter. As now just over a minute left in the quarter, Brookline trails by 11. Pass over to Vidal, back to Diaz. Diaz kicks it out to Reyes. So Reyes is okay, that's good to see. Given over to Vidal, now back to Reyes, now back to Vidal. Vidal dribbling around, kicks it out to Reyes. Reyes looking around, throws down low, intercepted and taken away by Alexienko. The Brookline defense is starting to find its form, but the offense needs to find some production if they're going to get back in this ball game. Mazzara gives it over to Solom on the wing. Solom dribbles around a pick, steps back, 3, no good. Rebound fought for. Reyes tried to keep it in bounds, and somehow it's collected by Felix Rosario. And he gives it to Vidal. Now to Diaz. Back to Vidal. Now to the corner. A corner 3, well off the mark and out of bounds. The Lawrence offense stalling out, giving Brookline every chance to come back and get back in this game, but the shots are not falling for the Warriors. Hayes gives to Horowitz. Horowitz's pass deflected and taken away by Rosario. Pass to Diaz. Diaz throws it down low. Rosario kicks it out to Cannery. Cannery steps in, kicks it out to Vidal. Vidal for 3, no good. Rebound, and a foul is called on Horowitz. First foul called on Horowitz. That's Brookline's 4th team foul of the second half. As a couple subs check in with Obiu Kamadou and Jake Edwards and Sean Ebanks replacing Mazzara. 4.4 seconds on the clock as Brookline just going all big on defense here to end this quarter. Inbound to Cannery. Cannery for the shot, no good. Put back, hits it. Even smothered on defense, Cannery found a way to make that last shot go. He's now got 18 today. It's the end of the third quarter. And the Lawrence Lancers can smell the upset victory over the Brookline Warriors. 52-39, they lead going into the last quarter of play. And you can tell Brookline is starting to get frustrated. I mean, again, their defense gave them several big chances to try and get back in the game, and their offense couldn't get anything going. There was a good, 2-minute stretch there where neither team could score. To start the fourth quarter, Lawrence sending out a lineup of Marius Cannery, Angelo Diaz, Joan Vidal, Felix Rosario, and number 4, Ryan Grunon. For Brookline, they send out Taj Horowitz, Mikhail Hayes, Jaden Mazzara, Zach Solom, and Andrew Alexienko. Horowitz looking for the inbound. He gives it to Hayes. Hayes looking around. Pass to Horowitz. It's broken up and lost out of bounds. Last touched by Lawrence. Again, Brookline struggling against the Lancer defense. Pass inside to Alexienko. Kicked back out to Horowitz. Horowitz for 3. No good. Might have been blocked. Rebound by Solom, and Solom gets the putback. The hustle from Zach Solom gives Brookline the first points of the fourth, as Diaz now gives it out to Vidal. Long pass over to Grunon, now to the corner to Rosario, throws it out to Vidal, now over to Diaz. Diaz throwing it over to Vidal. Vidal fakes, passes over to Diaz. Diaz starts to step in, hits traffic, now throws it out. Vidal slipped and fell, and the ball is lost back court. Grunon now checks out for Ogunbare. And with Ogunbare back on the floor, the game in the post is going to be tough for Brookline. Inbound goes to Mazzara. Mazzara gets trapped, throws it off a defender smartly to keep it with Brookline. Inbound Guts to Alexienko, given back to Horowitz, throws to Solom. Solom inside to Alexienko. He lost the ball. He's trying to keep track of it. He does and gets the layup. Back to single digits for the first time in a while. Cannery dribbling with it, gives it to Diaz. Diaz over to Vidal, now to the corner. Ocasio decides against shooting, throws a pass, broken up, but lost out of bounds. Horowitz couldn't complete the steal. After that last bucket, Andrew Alexienko now with 18 points. His team, though, trails by 9. Inbound to Diaz. Diaz throws a pass, completes. Cannery loses it. Ogunbare trying to recover. He does. Turns around, goes up. Shot no good, but he draws the foul from Solom. I mean, on the one hand, you do really have to admire the gumption of Zach Solom. Ogunbare's got a good number of inches on him, and Solom still went up to try and block him. That's Solom's third personal, team's 5th. First free throw is off the front rim, no good. Second free throw is good. 1 for 2 at the line. Ogunbare now with 5 today. And the lead back up to double digits at 10. Mazzara bringing it up for Brookline. Rifles a pass. Horowitz for 3. No good. Rebound tipped and collected by Ogunbare. Ogunbare throws a pass right to Mazzara. Mazzara throws a pass to Solom. Solom to Alexienko. Alexienko hesitates, goes for the lay-in and banks it. 20 points now for Andrew Alexienko, and the lead is down to 8. Pass to Luciano. Luciano, foul is called on Alexienko. Alexienko was trying to subtly force Luciano out of bounds, but the ref wasn't having it. That's Alexienko's 3rd personal, team's 6th. And Alexienko will now check out in favor of Jack Stanton. And that's a tough loss off the floor for Brookline as they try and claw their way back into this one. 6:17 on the clock. Inbound to... The inbound was to Cannery, and was another foul called? I think it was. And so Cannery will go to the line to shoot the bonus, as that is Jaden Mazzara's 3rd foul. Team's 7th. Cannery will be at the line for the 1-and-1. Hits the first. Cannery now at 17 today. Or I think that's maybe 19? Trying to remember. He hits them both. Lawrence goes back up by 10. Mazzara looking around, spins, drives, pulls up, no good. Rebound by Solom. Solom pulls up for a floater, no good on the rim roll. Rebound collected by Diaz. And a double dribble called against Diaz. .5:57 on the clock here in the 4th. Horowitz inbounds to Solom. Solom dribbling up top. Starts to drive. Goes for a weird layup, no good. Rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz throws it back, no good again. Ogunbare recovers. Brookline getting all kinds of chances, but shots just won't fall. Diaz running with it. Throws a pass to Luciano. He juggles it, but recovers. And now a timeout is called by Lawrence. 55-45 the score. From David Silberg, this game is Exhibit A that Brookline is going as far as Devani can take them. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue with the results you can see on the floor. We've seen Devani Perez's impact accentuated at a number of times this season, and this one might be the prime example. Marius Cannery and Andrew Alexienko, each with 20 points on opposite sides of this game. Lawrence leads Brookline 55-45. As there are no double-digit scores for Brookline outside of Alexienko, and you can see, like, they're getting some looks to the hoop. They're just not going. And aside from the obvious ball handling impact that Perez has in limiting turnovers, just having that second guy besides Alexienko that you can go to hit shots when the shots aren't, 100% gimmies, you can see how much that helps. 5:34 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Inbound to Cannery, given back to Diaz. Now up top to Vidal, now over to Cannery. Cannery throws to Vidal. Vidal throws to Luciano for three, hits it! Abi Luciano with the tray makes it a 13-point game. Hayes dribbling, draws a foul on Diaz. With that three-pointer, Abi Luciano now has 8 points today, as the long pass is deflected out of bounds by Stanton when it was intended for Taj Horowitz. Inbound to Diaz. Diaz throws a pass to Luciano. Down low to Ogunbare. He runs over Solom, and now a travel of all things called on Ogunbare. No charge foul, no block foul, a travel. Solom throws it into Horowitz, and a foul is going to be called on Cannery. 5:06 on the clock, as that's Cannery's first personal, team's fourth. Solom looking for the inbound, gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara running with it, looking around. He needs help, throws it to Horowitz, who just got back up off the floor. Horowitz running with it, pass to Stanton. Stanton slowly goes in, loses the ball, recovered by Hayes, kicked out to Mazzara. Mazzara for three, hits it! Timeout now called, I believe, by Brookline. Jaden Mazzara now just the second Brookline player to reach double figures, as he now has 11. One of Brookline's strengths this season has been their ability to get a number of different players involved on the score sheet, but that hasn't really been the case today. Only 6 different point scorers for Brookline, and only 2 of them have as many as 8. For Lawrence, they have 8 different point scorers, 3 of whom have at least 8 points. Up until that 3 by Jaden Mazzara, Abi Luciano, who is third on Lawrence with 8 points, would have been tied for second on Brookline's score sheet. Elliot Schickler coming through with the fun fact. Both teams now have 20 turnovers apiece. So like I said, turnovers a factor in Brookline's struggles, but not the factor, because they're getting them both ways. Brookline just hasn't been getting their shots to fall. 4:52 on the clock here in the fourth. It's a 10-point lead for the Lancers. Diaz gives it back to Cannery, who now gives it over to Luciano. Luciano gets trapped but passes out to Ogunbare. Ogunbare starts to dribble, loses his footing, and that's another travel. Yet another turnover. And it looks like they're going to go and check on they're going to ask someone to clear up a slippery wet spot on the hardwood. I think that might have been the spot where Taj Horowitz fell down while Brookline was trying to break out of Lawrence's press a couple possessions ago. So with another turnover for Lawrence, Brookline will get the ball. 4:43 left in the game. Lawrence up by 10. For Lawrence, Marius Cannery leading the way with 20. Jonathan Ocasio exploded for 12 in the first period, has not scored since. Abi Luciano has chipped in 8 points. 5 each from Sebastian Silverio and Isaiah Ogunbare. 4 from Felix Rosario, and 2 each from Joan Vidal and Angelo Diaz. Brookline looking for the inbound. It gets to Solom. Solom across half court. Turns around, tries to cross up, almost loses the ball, does lose the ball. It's recovered by Stanton, ripped away by Ogunbare, but they call it jump ball. The jump ball will go to Lawrence. And now Brookline brings Alexienko back into the game, replacing Jack Stanton. Oh, okay, it is, for a bit of confusion there for a sec, but it is Lawrence getting the ball. Inbound to Diaz. 4.5 minutes left. Pass to Cannery, swung across to Luciano. Luciano sends it to the corner to Vidal. Vidal pass out, intercepted by Hayes. Hayes starting to run with it in transition. Goes up, misses. Rebound Alexienko. Putback is good, and the foul. Andrew Alexienko now with 22 points, looking to make it 23. And again, you can see how off a lot of the Brookline players are. Is even Hayes, who is usually really good if he gets a lane to the basket, just missing layups. The and one is good. Alexienko now with 23 on the day. His team trails by 7. Diaz swings a pass over to Cannery. Cannery travels. Another travel. Lawrence is doing everything it can to give Brookline a chance to get back in this game. Can Brookline capitalize? Horowitz looking around. Inbounds to Alexienko. Alexienko pulls up from 3. No good. And no one down low to rebound, so it's taken past to Cannery, and now a foul called on Horowitz. Cannery will go to the line for the 1-and-1. That'll be Horowitz's second, team's 8th. First one is good. Cannery now with 21. A brief pause as everybody forgets how to pass the ball. And now Cannery will go for his second of the 1-and-1. Front rims the second, rebound by Solom. Solom's pass is deflected, recovered by Solom, and floated to Hayes. Hayes now with a 3-on-1, pass to Horowitz. Horowitz goes up, stuffed by Ogunbare. Brookline now has to reset. Inbound goes to Alexienko. Alexienko backing down, goes up, blocked by Cannery. Loose ball picked up by Horowitz. Horowitz passes to Alexienko. Alexienko goes up and this time hits it. The lead is down to 6 with 3.5 to go. It's a 2-basket game. Diaz across half court, passes. Ocasio throws it to Cannery. Cannery to Diaz. Diaz back to Cannery. Cannery trying to avoid the trap. Dribbles, throws it down low to Luciano. Luciano, the shot, rolls in. Back to an 8-point game. Thrown, overthrown. Horowitz overthrew an open Alexienko. And that'll be another costly turnover for Brookline. Brief scoreboard mishap, I think, as Brookline's score disappeared off of it. But it is 61-53 with just over 3 minutes left. Cannery throws a pass to Ocasio. Inside to Ogunbare. Pass to Luciano, who hits it again. Luciano has now got 12 as Alexienko barely received that pass and now draws a foul. Andrew Alexienko, if I haven't lost my count, has 25 points, but his team still trails by 10. Mazzara holding it, less than 3 minutes left. Dribbling up top, looking around, rifles a pass to the corner to Solom. Solom running the baseline, goes for the layup and hits it. Back down to 8 and a timeout called. An 8-point game with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left. Brookline's score sheet, again, if I haven't lost count at any point, 25 points from Andrew Alexienko, 11 from Jaden Mazzara, 6 apiece from Zach Solom and Mikhail Hayes, 5 from Taj Horowitz, and 2 from Obi Ukamadu. For Lawrence, I've got 21 from Marius Cannery, 12 each from Abi Luciano and Jonathan Ocasio, 5 each from Sebastian Silverio and Isaiah Ogunbare, 4 from Felix Rosario, and 2 each from Angelo Diaz and Joan Vidal. Two minutes and 37 seconds left. Lawrence leads by 8. Diaz bringing up the ball, passing over to Luciano. And another travel? Oh my goodness. Now Horowitz looking for the inbound. He's got nowhere to go, throws it to Mazzara. Mazzara throws it across to Hayes. Hayes starts to drive, goes up. No good! Rebound by Diaz. Diaz throws a pass to Luciano. Luciano kicks it out to the corner. Ocasio for 3. This time he hits it. His first points since the first quarter. He now has 15. And a technical foul is called against Horowitz. Marius Cannery at the line to shoot the technical free throws, as that might be the nail in the coffin there. First free throw is good. Cannery now has 22. Lawrence now has 67. Second one rolls out. But now, because of the technical, Lawrence gets the ball. With a 12-point lead, 2:12 on the clock. Inbound to Diaz. Diaz looking around, dribbling, stolen by Hayes. Hayes going up, hits the layup easily. He's now got 8, but the lead is only back down to 10 with 2 minutes left. Diaz, pass over to Cannery. Cannery pass to Diaz, and Diaz travels. A minute 53. Ukamadu inbounds easily to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling. Brookline doesn't have much time left. Less than 2 minutes. Mazzara dribbling. Starts to drive in. Goes for the layup. Banks it. The lead now down to 8 with a minute and a half to go. Pass to Luciano. Luciano, ball is poked away by Solom, recovered by Alexienko. Alexienko running, passes to Hayes. Hayes goes up, misses. Alexienko the putback. How on earth has Brookline cut this down to a 2-score game? Alexienko now with 27. Mazzara now with 13. Hayes with 8. A quick 6-0 run for Brookline cuts the deficit in half as the timeout is called. Again, Lawrence is doing everything they can to give this game back to Brookline, but Brookline is doing everything they can to give it back to Lawrence. You know, if you want a summation, our friend from the patch, Elliot Schickler, said both teams now have 20 turnovers apiece. I think that was at least 5 turnovers ago on both sides. I don't know. I'm just doing my best to keep track of points while also running the scoreboard, the camera, and obviously my mouth. 1:26 left here in the fourth. Lawrence leads Brookline 67-61. Lawrence will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Ocasio inbounds to Cannery, given back to Ocasio, now over to Diaz, to Ocasio. Ocasio throws a pass, gets to Diaz, pass, gets to Ogunbare, now to Ocasio. Ocasio going up, loses the ball. It's knocked out of bounds by Ukamadu. Diaz looking for the inbound, throws it to Cannery. Cannery holding it, still holding it, dribbling on the wing, looking around, starting to drive, goes for the shot, blocked, but not cleanly. I think that foul will be on Ukamadu, and Cannery will go to the line to shoot 2. He needs just one successful free throw to cut this one, to set this one as a 3-possession game. And he hits the first. That foul was against Obi Ukamadu. That's his first, but the team's 10th. As Ukamadu now checks out of the game for, I believe, Jake Edwards. Second free throw is also good. An 8-point lead now for Lawrence. Inbound to Alexienko, now to Edwards. Edwards dribbling, races it across half court, still racing, going up, and hits the layup and the foul. Jake Edwards with his first points of the game, and he'll go to the line for one more. 56.8 seconds on the clock as the foul is called against Ogunbare, his third, team 7th. Free throw is no good. Rebound by Cannery. He gives to Diaz. Less than a minute left. Diaz's pass intercepted. Mazzara steps, pulls up. No good. Rebound juggled and lost out of bounds by Lawrence. How many more chances is Brookline going to get today? 43.9 seconds left in the fourth. They still trail by just 2 baskets. Mazzara looking for the inbound, rifles it to Edwards. Edwards pulls up from 3, no good. Rebound, fought for, lost, collected by Alexienko, throws it back out to Mazzara. Mazzara now for 3, hits that one. It's a 1-basket game. How is it a 1-basket game? I don't understand. This game is insane. Mazzara now with 16 points today, and Brookline now trails by just 3. Elliot Schickler updating us again on the turnover count. Brookline has 21 turnovers. Lawrence has 27, 19 in the second half. 66. And I think I missed the 2 free throws for Cannery. I'm doing my best to keep track of the scores. So I think Cannery now has 24, if my count is correct. It might be slightly off. This has been a very chaotic sequence of plays. Just 33.2 seconds on the clock. 69-66. Ocasio with the ball. Gives to Cannery. Cannery rifles a pass. Gets to Diaz. Diaz dribbling with it. Throws a pass. Luciano buries it. 20 seconds left. It's now a 5-point game. Quickly given to Solom. Solom running the floor. Going up. Collides, no foul call, stolen away. This will seal it. Luciano to Cannery. Cannery goes up, hits it, and the foul. A 7-point game now with a chance to make it 8 and just 8.9 seconds left. Brookline cut it down to 3, but then some quick ball movement by Lawrence got the layup for Abi Luciano. And then the turnover by Solom, and now with just seconds left, Alexienko pulls up from 3, hits it, cuts it down to 4, but the last seconds are just gonna tick away. The final score, the Lawrence High Lancers 73, the Brookline High Warriors 69. This is a tough loss for Brookline, as they are trying to get ready to make the run for the playoffs, and they got a long slate of games coming up this week. I think they've got 4 games coming up in the last week of the regular season. One of them against one of the highest ranked teams in Division I in BC High, and one of them against a Framingham team that already got an upset victory over them once. It's going to be a tough road for them as they head down the home stretch here. Lawrence, meanwhile, gets the big upset win and improves back to 500 at 7-7. Brookline falls to 12-5. Looking through the final scorers count, again, my numbers might be a bit off. Things got a little crazy towards the end. For Lawrence, Marius Cannery led the way with 26 points. Jonathan Ocasio had 15, 12 of which came in the first quarter. Abi Luciano tallied 14 points. There were 5 points each from Sebastian Silverio and Isaiah Ogunbare, 4 points from Felix Rosario, and 2 points each from Angelo Diaz and Joan Vidal. For Brookline, Andrew Alexienko dropped 30 points to lead the way for Brookline. Jaden Mazzara contributed 16. Mikhail Hayes had 8. Zach Solom had 6. Taj Horowitz had 5. And Jake Edwards and Obi Ukamadu had 2 each. Wrapping things up here at Lawrence High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Final turnover count, according to Elliot Schickler, Brookline with 22, Lawrence with 28. As we wrap up things here, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to have brought you live coverage of today's basketball game. Remember, go to the description section of this video to find out more information about our paying sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management, our local spotlighted charity, the Brookline Food Pantry, more information about me, the URL for my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, link to my Instagram account, And as always, if you enjoyed the broadcast, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's going to do it. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Super Bowl Sunday.